Welcome back, Auto Collectors, diecast enthusiasts, to another episode of Kirby's Garage. Merry Christmas Eve. Big day tomorrow. Hope you guys got all your presents and all your shopping done. It's raining here in California. And got a special video for you today. And this is the story of the Ferrari 330 P4, and we all know that it just came out in the RLC, which we got right here. I showed it in the last video, and I talked about why it's not as special as these main lines, which I happen to get now, so that's what I'm going to share with you. And neat thing about this one is the number 3 on there. There's going to be a reason why that is the number 3. I kind of just realized. Not sure if it really is, but it's just my thought on it. But so there's the RLC. So the story begins back in 1966. You guys all saw Ford versus Ferrari and how the Fords finished first, second, and third. And so lots of neat things how these stories are all tied together. One is the beginning of the race, of the 1966 Le Mans race. The cars were set up here, and I've done the story 100 times. It was the number 3 car had the first pole position, then Miles was in the second. I forget who was in the third, but that was McLaren in number 2, and then the number 5 was in the 9th position, and so forth. Well, in the beginning of the race, as you guys all remember, they would run across, jump in the cars, and then they would go, take off, once they got in the car and were going. Well, this yellow car, the number 8, took off, and a Ferrari, a number 20 330 P3, just cuts it off, and it almost ended Miles' race right there. I'll show you some pictures of it. So there's the number 20 Ferrari right there, the red car, cutting off the number 8 yellow car, and then there's Miles right there. And then as you can see, Miles almost hits, I don't know if I can get that any better, but there you go. You can see almost hits the number 8. But he didn't. We all know how that race ended up. Ford finishing first, second, and third, and Miles getting ripped off because of where the cars were. So that next year, Le Mans is in France, so that's Ferrari's European territory, which they dominated for so long. So they decided to have revenge and go back to go to the U.S. and race the Daytona 2400 and beat Ford on their land. And by the way, the number 20 car that I said that cut off that yellow was driven by a guy named Mike Parks. Keep that name in mind. It's number 20 Mike Parks. He was driving a 330 P3 Ferrari. And so when they went to Daytona, they actually ended up beating Ford, because Ford could only drive their Mach 2s. They won at Le Mans the year before, but they were too heavy for Daytona. But for some reason, that's all they could bring. So I think only one finished. The rest did not finish. But Ferrari won. They placed first. Wait, I think it was the 23. First, second, and third. And The first one, the number 23, was driven by Bandini and Eamon. I got to go back to the Le Mans. So remember, Miles got ripped off because this car was back further and went that much longer. So it ended up winning the race, and that was driven by McLaren and a guy by the name of Chris Amon. You got to remember that name, Chris Amon. So McLaren Amon ended up winning that 67 Le Mans. In 1967, right? So 1966, McLaren Amon won Le Mans. 1966, in Daytona, the 24-hour Daytona, that name, Chris Amon, is back, but now he's driving a Ferrari, and he's in there with a guy by the name of Bandini, and they ended up winning the 24-hour Daytona in a Ferrari in this same photo finish, basically, as what the Ford did about a year ago, or prior, I should say. And so in the number 24 car, actually, was that guy Parks, Mike Parks, that cut off the number 8 at Le Mans. So a lot of these names were back and forth. And then, Parks was in there with a guy named Scarfiotti, and the number 26, which was the 412P, was driven by Rodriguez and I can't pronounce the last name, Gauthier, maybe. But it was a 412P, not a 330P4. It was a 412. Anyhow, Hot Wheels does not make the 412P, but there is a 412P number 26 that is a bigger die cast. I hope someday that they do make it. Let's see if I can find it. I know I've seen it. There it is, right there. So there it is. But it's a 143 scale. So that actually should be the third car. But what I'm getting at is these Hot Wheels right here that are just main lines, and then the actual numbers, the right colors for the cars that have significant history. If you're a Ferrari guy, for the 24-hour Daytona. And let's see, so this one here is from the 2002 first editions. And it's got a black plastic base. And this one with the black walls, the number 23, came in a Ferrari 5-pack. I found both of these on eBay for a fairly cheap price. Had to get them because of the history. So I just wanted to share that with you if you are a Ferrari guy, if you're interested in racing, or the history of it. Yeah, there it is. There's the 23, the 24, and hopefully somebody will make the 26, and we'll have all three, and I'll have the Daytona winners, and I'll have the Le Mans winners, which I can't remember how they went. Is that how they went? Oh, they went like this. There you go. Boom. So that's it. All right. Merry Christmas. And I hope you guys got the whole long weekend like I do. And peace out.